Hey there. I said I would make a review video about the X5 REDDYDY scooter that I was getting from Amazon. There were a lot of mixed feelings about it on the Facebook post that I was on when I was telling people, like, hey, what do you think about this? And basically, I'm not going to say that people that were saying it's a knockoff and expect problems were wrong. I haven't even tested the actual end-all performance on it yet to say that there's anything really nice about it. I do have some complaints off the rip, so let's get them out of the way, and then I'll do a performance review later on. But as of right now, it came in, and the thing weighs 150 pounds in the box. And the guys who are shipping it, the UPS driver, he hates his life. He hates his job, and he hates this package. And somewhere along the lines, you gotta figure everyone that's dealt with this box had to hate it. And they all took it out on it one at a time. And it shows on the box. And on the end where the wheels go, sticking out one on each side of the long part of the box, it's like those wheels are touching the cardboard, so any impact that, if they get dropped down on it, it's getting dropped down onto the wheel, onto that bearing. So there was not much padding. There was a few. There was a couple of these on the tires, and maybe one in the middle, but not really anything to brag about for protection in that, for protecting the scooter. So now, after all the destruction caused by the UPS drivers, I get it, and I started unboxing it, and it started off nice. I opened up the top of the box, and we had a nice little welcoming letter here, saying, you know, from the company, quality is the core, service is the cornerstone, and attitude is the key. Just had your normal BS papers inside here, you know, welcoming stuff. But the overall consensus is that everything's in Chinese. The manual, as I was going through it, besides, we're not going to talk about punctuation, we're not going to talk about grammar, we're not going to talk about spelling mistakes. Those are all very comical in and of themselves. I liked it. This was fun to read. This was a fun read. But I am going to say the packing list is the nicest packing list I've ever read. I'm just going to kind of get right through it. You know, e-scooter 1 piece, charger 2 piece, so it comes with 2 chargers. Manual 1 piece, screws and wrench 1 set, not a piece. Black waterproof bag X1, mobile phone holder X1, combination lock X1. That went right in the trash. That was a piece of string with a lock on it. Pump. Yes, yep, they gave us an air pump. That too made its way quickly near the trash can, because I can't imagine that being able to blow anything up. I've got plenty of pumps. Yeah, so please contact us with no hesitate. I'm saying it just as it's written. Please contact us with no hesitate if there is any breakage or missing when you open package. We will replace it for you as soon as possible. Have a nice day. And it's bold, have a nice day. I didn't expect that at the end of a packing list to be told to have a nice day. I was just going to go ahead and do that with my nice new scooter. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to call their bluff, and we will be calling their bluff, because what do you think? One of the selling features of this scooter for me was the fact that it had a plastic plexiglass bottom underneath that lights up at night with color changing LED lights. And on the corner, the rear corner on the left, I didn't see that. All I saw was this. on top of my packaging. And I wondered what this was. And as I exhumed the scooter from the box, I realized that in that corner left of the plexiglass that would normally be lit up was this missing piece. I'm going to try gluing it back on. I almost wanted to stop the whole unboxing right then and there. I was pretty. This is a $2,100 scooter. Now, in some degree, that's cheap. In some degree, that is not as bad as. But in my opinion, and from what I've observed, as far as it being cheap, on the cheap end, okay, sure. But it's the more expensive of the cheap ends. Like, you're not really getting $3,000, $4,000 cheap end scooters. This is the cheap end ones are like $1,500, $1,600. But I got this one specifically because it said it has an 8,000 watt dual drive engine. So that's two 4,000 watts, right? Now, the description on Amazon said 8,000 watts. The pictures that they uploaded with the ad, one of them said 6,000 watts. This little piece of information here, this little card with the bike on it and everything, this says 6,000 watts. The manual says 8,000 watts in specifications. So I like to believe, because they did have a 6,000 watt model, that's actually listed here too. They do have a 6,000 watt model, but I sprung for the 8,000. Hypothetically, hopefully, right? And now we don't know if that's peak power, if that's nominal power, if that's continuous power. It doesn't mention that per se. So it's 60 volts, 45 amps. And off the rip, it comes in. The box is all beaten up, broken piece in the corner. Outside of that, putting it together. Handlebars, I tightened them as tight as I could. And I'll show you on the picture because it's outside on the porch right now. The handlebars, you know, they come separated flat, like downwards. So you pick them up and you put them. You take off the nuts on top there, and you put the plate back on top and tighten it. That was it's just not tightening enough to stop it from rotating if there's any amount of pressure. Like if I'm riding and I hit a bump and I hit those handlebars, they're going to turn. So I need to figure out how to tighten it to prevent those from turning. Outside of that, the seat, well, the seat is you're gonna have to take out the screws from the deck in order to put that on. I'm not there yet. I don't want to have to take out deck screws right now. Maybe if they send me if I can replace the top part of the deck with the broken plexiglass, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that whole top part just easily comes off and I can put it back on. If their customer support lives up, a little problem like this isn't a big deal for me. But with that being said, everything else seemed to work. The horn. Let's talk about one other little thing here that stuck out to me on the horn. Now, I can't really explain it, so I'm going to have to go out to show you anyway. So we'll have to take a look at the scooter. I just put it on the chargers now. A little bit ago, I should say. And that's what kind of prompted me to say, hey, I got to get this video out. So here she is. Alright. It is a beast. I'm 6'4". And it's diesel. I'm not gonna lie. It's heavy, but now the weight that I thought, you know, would be great for endurance is actually, like, I got 3 stairs here. I want to pull it up on my porch. That's crazy heavy. I need to get a ramp or something. So the weight is definitely leaning against it because the battery's not removable. If the battery was removable, that would be one thing. You could just take it upstairs that way and lock the frame downstairs. But I gotta run an extension cord out the window in order to charge it. This isn't coming inside. So here's the broken plexiglass that we're talking about here. Okay. Oh yeah, I see a little bit of that way, huh? That's unfortunate. It looks like not broken. So that came in like that. Everything else you can see is like there's not much room up here. This is what I'm talking about, the wobble right here. This is metal on metal, and it wasn't saying. I put a piece of rubber in. It's harder to turn now. It's almost impossible. But I promise you, like when I put a little weight on that, I can move it. There is a little space left for tightening as well, so maybe there is a way I can get that down a little more. Maybe I can put some more of a gap, something in there, another piece of rubber, better gripping rubber or something. Got the phone holder, like yeah, that should be pretty alright. I like that. It's got grooves so they don't come up and down. It's not going to go anywhere, and quick retract. The only thing is, it wasn't much room up here. I didn't want to block this with it, the controller, so I ended up putting on this side, which is blocking the voltmeter a little bit, and if it ends up blocking the key, then I'll have to take it off and move it, which is very easy actually. It's just a little screw over here, a little knob screw. It just comes right off. You just this one actually just comes off, you loosen it and it flips right off, so it's not a big deal. What else we got going on here? Like I said, it's just charging right now. The deck is huge. Giggity. Look at this. I got a size 13 foot here. And even if I'm just placing it goofy foot, right? There is plenty of space all day here. And now the seat's going to mount. These 4 screws have to come out, and then the bracket goes in there, and the stem will fit there. As far as it connecting, I don't know what you call these, but it's got these for what I don't understand the principle here. I know this comes down to pull the pin, and then you have to pull this back and out in order to actually release it. And I'm not sure entirely what these tensioning items are for, but oh, the horn, that's what we came out here for. So see the horn? We got these 2 little prongs out here just kind of covered, and the horn works. We're not complaining about it working, but I am saying this looks like dookie with these little covers out here. Like, why is this? That's my question. Not what is it, but why is it? It looks like the Y is for the horn, obviously, but why are these out here like this? Can we explain why this looks okay? And the lights actually do rotate down. You can tighten them up if they get too loose. So that's a good feature. And let me tell you, these lights are bright as hell. We're not complaining about that. I am going to take note, though, of when I pulled this lever up here, off of this stuff is gooey. And you can see it's like space here in like the tape or whatever they're wrapping the wires with. This gooey stuff, this big wad of putty that they just globbed in the holes to cover, so like to keep the water out of the connector hole. Yeah, this is still wet. Like, this is still very malleable, pliable, and I have no idea how waterproof that's going to be. It's not really a big deal to see that, but it's all around the bottom too. You can see it's on the plexiglass. See how it's just kind of bubbling out there. I don't know. It's a small detail, but still, to me, I was noticing it. It comes out, and that's in some other spots too. You can just see this putty stuff. But other than that, the looks like good shocks. I don't see an adjustment or anything. I don't know how good these shocks are in comparison to others, but oh, another good feature. Again, I'm 6'4", so height for me is usually a factor. But checking this out, these the handlebars can actually still raise up a little bit. There's some extra space here that I could raise these. So all in all, you want to check out the controller. We got, you know, the eco, the turbo mode, single, dual. I actually did turn this on, put it into, you know, single rear. By picking up the rear tire and holding the trigger, this wheel spun 72 miles an hour, and I could tell it was capped at that on with the controller. So there may be a way of even turning that off. Not that I want to. If this thing can get up to 60 miles an hour, I'm fine with that. I don't think I need to get any faster than that, even if I could make it go faster. But I plan on testing it a little bit more tonight. I'm actually going to do a full-fledged, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to do a 30-mile round trip out to my favorite arcade tonight in Worcester called Free Play. And that's literally half the reason why I got this, was so I could make my pilgrimage out to the city to go play my arcade games. More specifically Dance Dance Revolution. But that's a different... We can talk about that in other videos I make here. Oh, one other weird thing here. We got this thing that I believe tightens the handlebars together or something, and it keeps coming loose. Yeah, see, like, I assume this just brings the handlebars together, but it comes loose. So I don't know if I have to get a wrench or gotta tighten that up mechanically. Yeah. Well, I don't want things coming loose on me while I'm riding. So again, this gets a little loose here, and other than that, I've only rode it down the street. I took it up to 17 miles an hour in the lowest setting. It held that speed very well. I could feel it has a lot of power. I'm looking forward to testing it out more. I did have to blow up the tires. Obviously, they don't come up fully inflated. They were half inflated. So we're going to see what it does, and hopefully it pans out to be a good ride. I don't live far from work, so it's definitely going to be my commuter to work and whatnot. Just looking at this, I think I need to adjust the control. I tried to set it up earlier, but I don't really know how to feel out the controller yet. I don't know like what to expect and how to adjust it. So, you know, just gotta kind of go to adjust it, figure out what I don't like in order to figure out what I do like. But oh yeah, it does have the directionals. It's got, like we talked about, the headlight and the horn. It's pretty loud. What else is there? At this point, I think I've covered everything. Nope, one last thing. The brakes, they are disc hydraulic brakes, which I think are better than just regular disc brakes. I think a lot of people would agree with that sentiment as well. Got that case. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at for my ride for now. $2,100 off Amazon. Expect the shipping to be butt ugly. And the guy was complaining when he was delivering it. I personally wasn't there. My friend was there to sign for it, and she said she could hear him like on the phone talking to someone as he's making deliveries, just crying about this package, being all huffy about it. It's like, oh, it's so heavy. He wasn't using a hand truck, so like I can't imagine how. She said he threw it off the truck. You know, what are you gonna do? I need it. I don't want to have to wait another 2, 3, 4 weeks for something else to come around. At that point, I would just cancel the whole thing and start saving up for another scooter completely. But that's where these small brand scooters don't get a good reputation. Maybe not because of the performance of the mechanicals, but just because it, when you get it, it sucks in and of itself from the damage that it took getting to you. So yeah, it took some damage on the cosmetic side. I'm just going to glue that little piece up on it, and I don't come from much. A little thing like that's like it's cosmetic, but as long as it doesn't affect the actual performance of the thing, it's fine. I want to add one thing before I end this review. When I ordered it, I went on Facebook posting in the e-scooter guide group, like about, you know, the scooter that I'm getting, and I posted a link to the ad. This guy hit me up saying he ordered the same one. He showed me his order, and it was basically he ordered it the same day that I did. We were getting our scooters in the same day, but he ended up opening his before I opened mine, even though I got mine first, because I work third shift. I was sleeping, and he let me know that he ended up not being able to ride his because the brake lights were active, even though the brakes weren't actually engaged, and it would not start to run. You know, it was turning on, but it wouldn't run because the brakes were engaged, I guess, supposedly turning off the motors or something. So I'm going to follow up with him, see if he had any resolutions to that. But between the shipping beat up and possible defect, that mechanical defect someone else could have had, I mean, I didn't personally, obviously. You can't take anything I'm saying for his, so just take that with a grain of salt, that, you know, it's a crapshoot. It's a gamble if you're going to get these knockoffs in essence, but I don't have the means to get another. It takes me 4 weeks to kind of save up $1,000, and even at, you know, doing that, it's like summer's almost over, and I would really like to be using this before winter, having some fun with the foliage. And if I had to save up another $2,000 for a King Wolf or something, and if this goes 60 miles an hour, there's a lot of like the premium scooters that aren't even going that fast. But I can see where the specs may be more reliable and trustworthy in customer support. Again, I'm going to try out the customer support. We'll have a follow-up review video here, but this one's running too long. I'm sorry, I don't really have much experience making videos, so that's why it's difficult for me. It's very difficult. I tried very hard this morning to do it, the unboxing, and I could just upload the footage for anyone interested to see, you know, on my channel. I'm trying to build this channel up for myself. Alright, that's enough hearing me talk. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. I don't really do like electric scooter stuff. Like, I'm not like all about that life. Although I might try to do something where I get like a camera going and I post like trips, because I want to do bike trails, so I wouldn't mind sharing like bike trail trips and doing something where like I add some nice melody, some ASMR music to a bike trail. But other than that, I do like physical workout videos, kind of stretching, and just want to talk about meditation stuff and pseudoscience and philosophy and psychology, stuff that has nothing to do with e-scooters. So you don't have to subscribe to me if you're into e-scooters. This will be probably a one and done video. If I ever get another one, it would be a better one. It would be a brand name, just to say I got something premium to compare it. But for now, I started out low, and this is the REDDY X5 8,000 watt dual motor scooter from Amazon. Thanks for watching.